who told Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that the sea has internal waves apart from the surface waves that we see. This is discovered via satellites. Telegraph magazine posted in 2013 that scientists have discovered for the first time in history the internal waves, and they are not seen except with satellites. For people who say that Quran copied from the Bible, it's a Turkish Injil, etc., that is not the case with the Quran, because the Quran is backed up with scientific miracles, and the scientific miracle is the scientific fact discovered nowadays and which couldn't have been discovered way back at the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. 2013, the Telegraph posted that scientists have discovered the internal waves for the first time in history. And who told Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that above these internal waves that go, for example, if they go in the right direction, the surface waves go in the opposite direction, right? And who told Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that above these internal waves, which Quran gives the condition that the sea must be very deep. This phenomenon doesn't happen except in deep seas. This is number one. Number two, these internal waves, above the internal waves are darknesses, one above the other, and above this are clouds. Let's mention for you, inshallah, the scientific books that mention this phenomenon of the darknesses one above the other. You have, for example, in the book of Oceans by Elder and Pertina, page 27, they mention that below the sea level, you have, for example, color red. It fades at 30 meters below the sea. After that, the yellow color fades because of the sunlight that is fading, etc., etc. This phenomenon is called the seven colors fading, something like this, or absorption of the seven colors. So there are darknesses one above the other, and in each darkness lives creatures and fish that are different from the other darkness. And concerning the internal waves, this is found in Oceanology or Oceanography by Gross, page 204. Gross mentions that internal waves at interface between two layers of water of different densities. One is dense, the lower one, and the other is less dense, the upper one. So here you have internal waves and you have these darknesses, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Quran, in Surah An-Nur, it says, or they are like darknesses within a vast deep sea. So the condition is deep sea, which is covered by waves, first waves which are internal, upon which are waves, over which are clouds. So we have waves upon which are waves, over which are clouds. Darknesses, some of them one above the other. When one puts out his hand, he scarcely can see it. This is in Surah Nur 24:40. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala affirms in this surah that there are darknesses one above the other, and below or beneath these darknesses there are internal waves. Who could have told Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam about this marine science except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? We will post for you, inshallah, all the links, all what's necessary for you to go and make sure yourself that this prophet was attached by revelation from above through Archangel Gabriel. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.